Hello, hello, hello. I have a question for you. Have you ever felt completely lost? You know, seeking purposeful direction that could and should propel your mission within your divine journey to that next level, but still it hasn't happened. Well, my name is Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm the founder of P3, the Journey Series. People come to me because they're wounded. Many are scared, and even there are those who are bruised simply because they feel that they are increasingly, for whatever reason, losing their ability to dream. Now, this P3 program is not for a person who's just looking to start a business, no, but rather for those of you out there who have been on your journey and you've been navigating within your divine purpose, but you still desire to elevate to that level that you have not reached yet. If this is appealing, if this describes you, then I want to have a chat with you. I want to hear your story. So use the link below to get registered for your free seat at P3, the Journey Series. And let's get started, one story at a time. I'll see you inside. Click the link. Yay! Where'd my voice go? Screaming and yelling and talking my behind off for the last 4 or 5 days. That's where it went. Good morning, everybody. How are you? Should I move this over since I sound like Louise Jefferson? Good morning. Welcome to today's installment of Bathrobe Moments. I'm your host, Lauren Michaels Harris, and I'm so glad to be back. I missed you guys. I really, really did. I want to catch up. So Mikey J, the actor, the director, film director, was supposed to be here today, but I asked him if he could come later in the week because I wanted to talk to you guys about a couple things, and he agreed. So he'll be here Friday. I have Kessa Gooden backstage coming in. You know, we just came back from Miami where we were at her wonderful event. I'm going to let her tell you all about it. Before we get her in here, I stayed an extra day for a couple reasons. One of them is, and I just want to get this out there, we'll be talking about it for the next couple days, just little snippets at a time. But in the Misfit Nation, we lost one of our own over the weekend, which was horribly difficult to accept. Nikki Peterson, a survivor of some horrible abuse, domestic abuse. She was a wonderful advocate for it. And we lost her Friday night, Saturday morning, you know. And she was murdered by her own 21-year-old son. She was just married 2 weeks ago, that day, 2 weeks ago. And just heartbreaking. And I'm not going to dwell on that part, but what I am going to talk about are two things real quick. The first one is, I don't know if I can do this. Okay. The first thing is, I'm speaking to whoever it is out there. You know who you are. That person who is still seeking the courage to share their story, to believe that they have the power, the superpower in which to heal others through their own pains, through their own journey, through their own scars. I'm speaking to you. Whoever you are, I want you to know today is the day. Make that decision today to use your story, live beyond your scars in order to be of service and fulfill your soul's divine purpose. Okay, we're going to talk more about that, but here you see there's in the comments I put a GoFundMe link. Nikki left behind 4 children. Her daughter graduates from high school Thursday. The family lost not only her, but the son, the 21-year-old. There are no winners here. And so we're going to not only help with the expenses of this, but also she's got a brand new husband who's now inherited 3 kids. And we want to help if we can. I'm going to show you guys real quick so you can see it. This is where you want to go if you feel so inclined to put a few dollars in to help the family. I just want you to see what the page looks like. Look at the support. This is what being a part of a wonderful tribe / family is all about. Not just showing up when we are celebrating, but showing up when we are healing. And so there was a $15,000 goal Saturday, that we started with, and we are at $10,035 already, 78 donations. That's what we do. And that's what we're going to continue to do. And so we would love for anyone that can to do what they can to help. So there's that. I'll do better tomorrow about this. I promise. It's just a little bit much right now. It's a little bit much. Help me welcome to the show my sidekick. She's my bestie. She's been here all 6 years of Bathrobe Moments. This is Lucy McGillicuddy Ricardo, and I missed you. And let me tell you, Kessa Gooden's on the way in here. Kessa's first event was this week. Kessa and I have been together for a number of years. I coach her, and I just want to say, wow, what an experience for me. The universe, source, God, all of that and more really opened up some new things for me that have never been a part of anything I've done. They threw about 4 or 5
uh, new things into my world, which are wonderful. Through Kessa's event, we're going to talk about that and more. Great time right now to share the conversation with anyone that you love, and especially to those that you can't stand, right? We all need to heal. Get this out. Here she comes. Put some hearts in the screen. Put some hearts on the screen and put your heart into this illuminated conversation with who else? Kessa Gooden. Here she comes, y'all.
Woohoo!
Good morning, Kessa.
Good morning.
How you
We bo-
sound like me?
I saw. I was about to say that we both have the same voice today.
Yeah, because it was that kind of a weekend.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on today, last minute, but it was planned ahead for us anyway. Um, First of all, I wanted to just say I know I feel like I had no idea that all of what happened over the last 4 days just it pulls so much um from you, but it pours so much into you. I'm like this right now. And so tell me how you're feeling right now. Say hello to everybody. Tell them who you are and what you just pulled off. Tell them about the event. I'm gonna step out for a sec. Bring them up to speed, cousin.
Okay. Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm Kessa Gooden. I'm CEO of multiple companies. I'm also Les Brown, a certified motivational international speaker. I'm a mother of 3, 13, 17, and 15-year-olds. And I am an author, philanthropist. I specialize in philanthropic work because I love taking care of people worldwide. Thank you guys for joining us on this live
Oops.
today. And, looking forward to sharing and adding value to you guys. This event last weekend was dynamic. I tell you, the people in the crowd was nothing but value, quality, high end, luxury, inspirational, motivational, and best of all, spiritual. All of us were just on the same wavelength. It was like, and we have so many people who flew in from out of town. Lauren flew in from Chicago to come to the event, and we had Micheline. Oh my God, Micheline is my rising star, man. Like seriously, we gave away some awards, 8 awards in honor of Ryan Long, and that was amazing as well. The award ceremony, and then we also did a tribute to Ryan Long. I'm gonna send you the video, Lauren, because you missed the tribute. I'm
No,
gonna
I
send.
didn't.
You caught it?
Yeah, I came in right when the music was opening up.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, we saw
Okay.
all of it, including his mom on stage, all of that.
Yeah, you saw it. Okay, good. Yeah,
Awesome.
that was so amazing. People was crying, there was tears, there was laughter, there was everything. If you missed this event, don't miss the next one. I think the next one's coming up pretty soon. I'll let you guys know about the next one. But Lauren, thank you so much. Lauren delivered a speech that was so impactful. He took you through a transitional moment. I think out of all my speakers, he did what I call an artistic way. He's an artist. He did a creative piece. He inspired people through creating a journey, a spiritual journey, a physical journey, an emotional journey of what they needed to experience that moment. People came coming up to me telling me, "Oh, Lauren was so magnificent. Lauren transformed my life." Just in his speech, he already changed me. I'm telling you, Kessa, I'm glad I've been here because if I did not hear that speech, if I did not hear that process, I would not be who I am today, like what I'm going to do next. There's people come to me like in touch. You could tell they're emotional about this experience. Lauren did a fantastic freaking job.
Mm.
Thank you, Lauren.
Thank you. But I'm gonna tell you something too. I learned something about because I'm gonna tell you, I feel right now, and I felt all weekend long exactly. I mean, it was the it was matching what I felt a couple weeks earlier at my own event, which I'll be honest, I've never gotten from another event before. I know that sounds a little bit selfish, but it's not. And the only reason I can say that and know it's the truth is because when it's your own event, you're in it for so long, from when it was nothing, a little spark, all the way to what you're seeing in front of you that day. And so I never knew until this weekend that I could get that from something through someone else. And I did. So I thank you for that. Um, as far as the people, I'll tell you something. I learned another thing. And for any of you out there who love to go to events, or maybe you're planning your own, it's that soil. The soil had been tilled, the soil had been fertilized, and everything was in place for those seeds to be dropped and to begin germinating instantly. And there were so many people, including myself there, that were open to any type of healing for themselves and for others, not necessarily in that order. You know, a lot of people came there thinking it was for other people and walked out with it just totally transforming their lives. So tell us, Kessa, this is your first event. How scary was it? As far as, you know, because people don't realize what you're biting off sometimes, right?
Yeah, so for me, um, I didn't feel the fear until like the week off, because I was like, I'm honoring Ryan Long. I don't care. People talk negative about him. I didn't care. I care about what I knew about the man and what I knew he wanted to do from his heart. You know, we had that connection. And for me, it was like, okay, you stepped into a zone that it was a supernatural realm. You're clearing up stuff, not on the physical realm, not on the spiritual realm, but on a supernatural realm as
Mhm.
well. Yeah, because Ryan is spiritual, right? Because he's dead, and I'm physical because I'm alive. But the forces that are above us is supernatural.
Correct.
Right. So I stepped into a supernatural realm and I said, I'm transforming that realm and I'm impacting lives, legacy, building legacies to go generation to generation to generation to generation. And look at this young man that died with a stained name. And now after this event, everybody's like, wow. I never knew Ryan Long, but I'm glad I met you because now I knew who he was. And I will always have a Ryan Long in my life.
That's exactly right. And I just want to say this. One of the things that I learned that I truly didn't have an understanding of, I didn't. And that's not wrong or anything else. It's just, it was a reality. But it's never about, I knew it was never about just one thing, but I had never been able to apply that to someone's legacy. And like you just said, stained name. So that means that a person, you know, Ryan, for those of you who don't know, right, and the same, wasn't it the same weekend of his event?
The next weekend he died.
The
Yeah.
next weekend. And, you know, he had been drinking and driving and all of that. And thank you for bringing that up when you were telling everybody, yes, there's alcohol here at the mixer, but please don't drink and drive. That's what happened with Ryan. But at my own event, you know, we gave an award to a family because of a kid that I had been mentoring who OD'd the week before. And again, what you would think is a stained name, but we have the power when we add the truth that others don't know so that they don't run with the gossip thing, because you know people, things happen. What if, how many times have any of us experienced where you can have stellar reputation and then you make one mistake or
Mhm.
something goes awry, and all of a sudden it negates everything good you've ever done, like it just X's it
Exactly.
out as if it doesn't matter.
As if you never existed.
I
Right. That's
didn't
what human
right.
nature is about. Yeah.
Which of us has never, who of us has never made a mistake? All of
Exactly.
us have. And so it's really important. And I've been, Cassie, tell me about this. Tell me how you feel about this. I have been in the last 6 or 7 months receiving tons of downloads, hearing lots of stories from others. People are starting to really pay attention, and something is calling them regarding their legacy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of us spend every minute building today and what we want for tomorrow, things and opportunities, but we say the word, but do we really know what it means, what it really represents? Everyone thinks that legacy is just the good stuff, it's just
Mm-hmm.
the monetary things. No, legacy is a different type of story.
It's what you left behind for others to follow, your pathway, the pathway that you have paved so that others can follow, that will lead the next generation into their greatness.
And
If
that
you
means all of it.
Exactly. If you just want to be, you missed the yacht ride. And I was telling people this on the yacht ride.
Hmm.
Before we were anything else, the one thing we were sure of, we weren't Homo sapiens, we weren't cats, we weren't dogs. There's one thing we were sure we were, was human being first.
Hmm.
Before all the titles, before all the labels, before all the certifications and the addition to the last name, we, even before the name was given to us to identify us as individual human being, we were one core as humans first. And if
I
you go about your life and your legacy as human being and said, okay, how can I continue the human population? How can I continue my true identity to the next generation? How can I do that? By paving the ways of legacy building for others to follow. You will be here as a human being. But guess what? You don't have to be dead to be a legend. Let's be alive and build our legacy so that we are walking legends on this earth at this moment and time.
hmm I agree. I want to know, would you be willing to share a little bit about, because I know like when a person leaves, transitions out of our life, instantly we go straight to those things that might not have held the value that it does now back when we were given the opportunity, if that makes any sense. What would you say were the most important things that you took from your experience with Ryan in your life? What, when you say like, that, and that I'll never leave behind. It is with me forever. What would you say those things are if you could name anything?
I would say the way he trained us on Mondays and Thursdays, he trained us well on how to leverage celebrities, how to build relationship, how to be a servant leader. He always thought, I have his recordings. So if you're watching this live right now and you want Ryan's recordings and join our weekly calls that I'm going to be replaying Ryan's video on the webinar, let me know. I have over 48 of them of
Wow.
training. So his legacies, he trained us so well. And what he tell us, he said, when you get to the event, and I'm gonna tell you the exact words he said, when you get your asses to the event, don't be an asshole, be an ask hole. Ask, how can I serve you? And get you to the next level. And then the doors of abundance will open up for you with everyone that you meet. And I
I
follow
agree.
that. I've served. Lauren, I've served you. I met you, I talked to you, and I've always just tried to be a service. Other people, I've served them. Like before I ever get anything in return from anybody,
Yeah.
I serve. You call me, Kessa, I need you to do this. Okay, sure. And I'm on top of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's a service mentality because Ryan taught us how to be a service leader. And those are the values that I appreciate about him.
Let's talk about that one, being of service. I think a lot of people um, take that mindset or that definition, and they shape it like silly putty or Play-Doh
Mm,
into what fits the easiness of their life in the moment. What I mean by that, we don't always get that call, that ask when it's convenient. Most cases when that happens, we feel like I don't have any time or anything for anyone else. I got my own shit right now.
yes.
Um, so talk about what being of service means to I with you. If I was someone was to say, what do you think that means for Kessa? I would say for Kessa, that means being of service means being on call
Yes.
24/7.
Exactly. And if you notice something with me, Lauren, I run 8 companies, but every time you call me, I answer. And if I don't answer right away, I call you back within 5 minutes. Never 2, 3 days before you hear back from me.
Mhm.
Because that's one of the things that was an issue with Ryan. Ryan would call back. And I remember the last call I made to him was the day he was in the accident. There was times that we didn't talk for a month or 2 months at a time. But there was things that we could have said to each other that would have impacted each other's life in a positive ways had we continued talking to each other. Like I told him when I met him, I told him, I said, you got 1 year to give up drinking. I don't know where that came from through me. I said 1 year. And within exactly 1 year, Ryan died. I did not know where that came from through me. And I had a drinking problem at the time, a really bad drinking problem at the time when I met Ryan. I was drinking 9 bottles a day,
9 bottles of
wine a day,
9 bottles of wine by yourself.
by myself every single day like clockwork. There was not a day that I wasn't drinking until I met Ryan.
Now, were you still running the companies?
Oh yeah, I was a functioning alcoholic. Yeah.
So how did you feel when Ryan, to the year practically, um, unfortunately lost his life due to an alcohol-related accident? Where did you go the moment you heard it? Was alcohol still? Did it still have a grip on you then?
Okay, so here's the deal. So I used to drink and drive, and I saw my vision that I was going to die in a car accident if I did not stop drinking or driving. So what I did was I was strong enough to give up the driving, but I wasn't strong enough to give up the drinking. So I stopped driving 4 years ago. So even now, I still drink sometime, but not quite as much as before. But I don't drive now for that specific reason
Hmm.
because I saw my life flash in front of me that I was going to die in a car accident if I did not give up the drinking. So I gave up driving instead. Now it costs me double for my lifestyle because I Uber everywhere I go. I do own my own car, but I have to Uber everywhere I go because even if I don't have alcohol in my body, I just don't want to drive because I saw that. That was my destiny. Okay.
Wow.
So when Ryan died, I was like, oh, see, that was what I was being warned from. Okay. That's
Mhm.
what I was being warned from. And when I saw that, I was like, stay away from drinking and stay away from driving completely. So I cut down my 9 bottles a day to about 2 bottles a day at the time. So, now it's like every other couple weeks now I have a bottle or something like that. But
Yeah.
before it was every single day that I drink, every single day.
Let's talk about how well we're building legacy. A lot of us think that the pieces that make legacy building successful only show up when we've perfected everything, when we don't have those challenges like the one you just spoke of, or any other, because there's tons of them. Uh, and you all know what you're talking about. Think about your closets. I know mine. Do you know yours? Kessa, if you would, let's switch gears and talk. Well, not really switch gears, but switch lanes and talk about how do you feel you got to the place where you could look at the situation. A lot of people were thinking when you said I chose to not drive, and they think that's a weak choice, but for you it was the right choice because you're
Yeah.
still here, right?
Yes.
Tell people, what did it feel like? How did you get to that choice? Were you getting downloads? You saw the flash, but what helped you make a decision? Because that's what a lot of us don't do. We keep tossing the idea around, but we don't choose.
Yes. What made me make the decision was what did I value the most? Yes, I drink. Yes, I like to drive. I'm driving since I'm 12. And yes, I had a nice luxury high end car. But did I value my life? Did I value being here?
Mm,
And that was the call for me. I knew I wanted to be here. Why? What's your why, Kessa? Why did you want to stay longer? You know you could get an easy way out in the car accident. You could go, right? Why did you want to stay longer? I wanted to
mm,
help my kids. I wanted to continue serving people. I wanted to continue feeding and taking care of my kids in Africa, my birth kids that I gave birth to. People in Africa call me Madam Kessa, Madam President, Mama. I wanted to keep doing that. That meant more to me than drinking and driving. So it
mm.
was easier to make that choice because I knew I wanted to serve them.
I love that. Now, here we go. There it is. Um, that is why it is so important, everyone, that you constantly, I believe that right after we draw our most recent breath, which we need to live, our passions should be right in front of us because of these types of choices that will come up. You have to look over there and say, it's like, which way do I go? Which one of you is more important? And it will meet you and extend its hand when you can't put yours out. Because when someone reaches for you, you can then reach back. People don't realize that you can do that for yourself. They
Yes.
always think the hand has to be on an arm that belongs to someone else
Someone
or
else.
something else. And
Exactly.
oftentimes, the hand that saves us
Is
is
our own. Exactly.
our own.
Yes.
I've been there too. So let's talk about your event again. Let's go back to the event. There were a lot of souls at your event that were hurting. I'm going to tell you how I know. Now, I've done my little thing before, my little get in my space. I go to my sacred space and convene with what is greater than me before I bring anything to any audience. But never like it happened. It was almost an hour's worth that I was in that back corner. And it took me, I forgot I was back there. I
Yeah.
had left and come back out of that space probably 20 times um, before I went on stage.
Yes.
And I didn't know why. I thought it was because maybe I had some unfounded fear, but I also knew I was bringing brand new content that I
Mhm.
had never brought. And I remember when I was challenged in January, the next time you present, and every day up to then and after, I need you to do two things every day, Lauren. One, get up and look for something within your world to give the world that they've never seen, which
Mhm.
means you have to get up every day and do something you've never done. And it all came to that moment on your stage Saturday. And it was when the people, and I've never gone back to that green room, if you will, right after speaking. I've always just stayed out on the floor. This
Mhm.
time I couldn't help it. I ran back in there because I needed to, whatever it was, I don't celebrate, decompress, breathe, catch I mean,
It's transmutate. You needed to transmutate the energy that you give and the energy that you receive
that I received.
and
Right.
alchemize it to become great what is greater than.
Exactly. And I didn't, be honest with you, after all these years, seriously, and that's what I love about purpose. You continue to learn, you continue to evolve. And I was back there, and then they came. Hence the term, I will, Lori. She said, get up and ring the bell. There it is. You know how in the Bible you'll hear goodness and mercy shall follow you all the days of your life. When I was back in that corner and they came one by one, I know you saw it, one
Mhm.
by one, tears just streaming, but they weren't tears of pain. They
Yes.
weren't just tears of joy. They were tears of
Of you
hope
and relief.
and relief. Now,
Be-
what made you say that?
Because there's people who are searching for an answer in a time like this. We got the war going on, we got all this going on, and
Man,
there's people's souls that are being awoken, and that's why it's called Global Awakened. There's people's souls that are being awoken, but they're awoken to what? The reality is, what is this damn life that we come into this existence to witness with our own eyes? But then when they're being awoken, they don't have anybody to go to, no leader, because what we known as human beings is we need a leader figure, right? We need a figure to follow. We have never taught self leadership in school, how to self direct yourself, how to monitor yourself, and how to be successful on your own, how to be your true own icon. We were
mm,
always taught that there's something before us to follow that, never to actually be a leader. Whether it's Jesus, Buddha, whether it's the universe, whether it's the prime minister, the president, or the mayor or something, we were always given a figure in front of us that we needed to follow. But we were never taught how to self manage our own emotions, our mindset, and how to be who we need to be and lead ourselves to our greatness of human expectation.
ooh, that's a great one. That's a great point. Self lead. Now, why do you think it is? Well, let me ask, do you believe we all have that capability? And if so, if you're not aware of it, how do you find your way to that?
So, this is what I do, and I'm going to tell you this, and I don't really share this personally. or publicly to anybody. I self lead myself because I make what is greater than me one in me. And then I listen to the voice of that is greater than me, that is inside of me, and I self lead with that because I know even though I'm self lead, I'm leading from my soul because what is greater than me is still in me so that I can actually get to where I need to get to in life. That's why ever since I'm 14 years old, being on my own at 14, I never turned to drugs, addiction, or anything like that. I could have go to prostitution. I could have go to all these things to make me money to survive. But I
Yes.
didn't do that because what is greater than me was inside of me, leading me through my greatness and who I can be and what I can be. And I trust myself because I'm not relying on myself, but I'm relying what is within myself.
Great, great point. And I'm gonna say this too at this point. Um, this thing about self-leading, excuse me, um, you don't hear that much. You hear a lot of things, self fill in the blank, self fill in the blank.
Self growth, yeah,
I don't think I've ever heard self-lead personally.
yes.
And so, Keza, while you were building out your event, because what I'm about to ask and the answer itself as well, you all, doesn't apply to just when you're doing an event. It applies to everything you are doing that pours into anyone or anything in this world to make it better. So I want you to talk about this if you could. How do you get to the point, like during your build out, when you heard do this? Oh, no, change that. When something is, it's like when we use the same furniture but you change the configuration in your living room and you wake up the next day, it looks like a whole new living room. But and
Mhm,
people come in, wow, I love what you did. They think you got new furniture or something. But you
mhm,
took, I used to take something from the bedroom and move it in the living room. Take something from the living room, move it in the bedroom. Because I only had 2 rooms usually.
mhm,
And but people always thought I kept changing everything out. And I wasn't. I was
mhm.
changing the
Everything up.
perception,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
opportunity. Right. Talk about how you knew if you did, I don't know if you did. How did you know what the people that you personally knew you were in charge of getting there? What spoke to you about what they needed to have once they got there?
So I believe, and I don't care if people think I'm crazy, but I do believe Ryan speaks to me from the other side because there's so many things that he talks to me about that. Let me just give you an example. Ryan's mom wasn't going to come to the event. As a matter of fact, she sent me a cease and desist letter to stop using Ryan's name. I was going to cancel the event. I'm not a quitter, but I wasn't going to cancel because I wanted to quit.
I
I was gonna,
remember that.
yeah, I was going to cancel because if I was being led by Ryan and his own family wouldn't support him, then I'm hearing things and I need to get myself checked out and go to the hospital. So
Okay.
I prayed that night and I said, Ryan, if you're truly here, if this other plane exists and you're truly talking to me and you're truly telling me do this because this is what people need right now. They need a community in this time of Great Depression with the war that we're having. They need a community that they could call safe home, safe environment. If this is truly you, I need your family to support me, especially your mom. And if she doesn't support me, I'm canceling the event. And I heard something say, trust me, she will come around. I promise you, it is me. I'm still here. And for that reason, I said, okay, no problem. I didn't announce the cancellation of the event. But the very next day, his mom wrote me and said, I'm coming to the event. I'm going to receive this award in honor of my son. And thank you for honoring my son. I'll be there. She said, when is the time of the gala so I can be at the gala? But she actually came to the summit and the gala.
You're right.
Right. So for that, I know for a fact that I was being led by him.
You know
You
what?
know,
I'm gonna say something here. because it happened at my event with Brandon, who had
Mhm.
OD'd the week before, and even the Power of We in 18, there was a mom there whose son had been killed. And you know how in the Bible, parables and miracles are always the moral of the story is brought in through some person that you wouldn't think was legendary.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? The lepers, the bleeding woman, the the people that regular society or those who want you to believe they're got everything going on will try to act like they're invisible. That these
Yeah.
people are invisible. The wounded, the hurt, the misfits.
Yes.
And now look at it. So many of us are being given the opportunity to hold up this new way of looking at legacy. That
Yes.
it doesn't have to be look at Steve Jobs-esque kind of stuff. Like you built an empire with no scandal, with no troubles. I think it's time. I think the universe is saying it is time to show people that you are allowed to make mistakes and still have fulfilled your soul's purpose.
Exactly.
So that people know you don't need to be perfect to fulfill your destiny.
Exactly. And just like I told you today, I am not grammatically correct, and I could give a shit hoots about being that way
Okay?
because there's some things that I am great at, and there's some things that I am not good at. And that tells me, with a woman like me, there's nothing called perfection, but I'm perfect in every way of being because I'm
Exactly.
human being perfect to everybody else.
That's right.
So, so when you have stained legacy and you have somebody clear it up, write the truth, rewrite it, right? The sad part about Ryan's legacy is that he had to die for him to become a legend. And that's why I said we no longer need to die to become a legend. Let's honor the people that we know are legends alive while they're alive
Hence,
so
give them
that
the
they
flower.
could know that they're a legend. That's why we gave out the 8 awards at the ceremony because I want them to know they're already a legend before they even gone. They already legendary icons, you know. So why wait till a person die before they know? Look at mom. Mom received the award for being a silent agent. My stepmom.
I love her.
Oh God. Had she not rescued me, I couldn't be here talking to you guys right now. My daughter would have been sold in the freaking foster care system and probably put up some black market child trafficking already. You see?
I do.
So that's why Ryan talked to me and said, "This is your moment to honor these people who you know were legends in your life." And that's what it did. I did
Yes, you did. I'm ringing the bell 3 times.
that.
So tell me this, because I'm keeping it real. I don't think I could have done what you did. Simply because, and I don't, I fancy myself one of those people who I don't give a shit what somebody tells me to do or not do based on what others will think if I do or don't do it. But this one, I've asked myself many times, could I have done this? So let's go here. What do you say to those people that don't feel like they're ready? What, like who? Me? You're you're shitting me. Wait a minute. You want me to do this? It's like your own never. Are you kidding me? I can't do that. I'm not ready. It's like in the Bible, Moses said that when God said, "Go get everybody out. Tell Pharaoh to let my people go," and he was like, "Me? I can't even talk. I have a speech impediment. Why would you send somebody like me?" Talk about during this time. Did you ever feel like, maybe what if I can't? What if I can't do justice? Because you had a lot of pushback from a
Yeah.
lot of places. And I bet you, I'm not sure about this, but some download right now, something is telling me that you had people say, listen, if you do this, Kessa, we're done.
Oh yeah, and I have people telling me if you do this, you're getting a lawsuit, and I'm like, bring it on, baby. You don't know me. You threaten me, I'm going full force into it. Okay, I'm going full force. As you saw, we had John Travolta, Halle Berry, um, Matt Damon, I think, and
Ashton
some
Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher, and some of the celebrities on my flyers. They said you can't do this. Well, I wish I can play it right now, but Ryan told me you can leverage all the celebrities and say you're a proud sponsor of um, Global Unity Foundation, proud trainee of Global Unity Foundation, and you could use all of their names. And I had people threaten me with a lawsuit for that. And I said, listen what Ryan told me from the grave. I can show it to you on video because he trained us well. And I don't know if people remember, anyone that was part of Ryan community can use the celebrities' names right now as in any event. And we have the right to extend it to anybody. And that was written in the recording that we have with Ryan. So he left his legacy because he knew what he was doing. Every time I rewatch the videos, I'm telling you, all 48 of them, Ryan knew what he was doing. Ryan knew he was building his legacy before he left. And we just did not pick up on it. I didn't pick up on it. I was on the training calls, but I didn't pick up on it until I rewatched the videos. He direct me to the specific videos with the specific things that he said. This is what you can do to build your nonprofit organization.
Talk about your nonprofit. Tell them what's the name of it, why do you do it, and who does it benefit? Who do you serve through there?
So my nonprofit organization is called Global Awaken Initiative Inc., which is Gaia for short, or gay mean happy for short, and it's GAII. Global Awaken Initiative Inc. has quite a few programs. We have BEC program, we got ASSB program. ASSB is Assistance to Start Small Business. BEC is Basic Education Program. And then we also have the entrepreneurial program where we teach people how to become entrepreneur and how to make 0 to 6 figures in less than 6 months. And I strive on that because yes, people don't care about money, all of this, that, but you got to care about money because if you don't care about money, money won't care about you. Think about it. If you're out there chasing somebody, will they be running from you? Of course, they'll be running from you. You chasing them for God's sakes. They don't know why you're chasing them. So I'm not a money chaser. I'm a money inviter. We invite money into our life easily and effortlessly. Like Bob Proctor say, money comes to me easily and effortlessly without any restriction, without any forces holding it back. It comes through me and it flows through me. And since 2008, I'm a true testimony that money flows through me. And because it flows through me, I let it flow through the people that are around me. That's what we do with our nonprofit organization. And we help people worldwide in 17 different countries. We have ambassadors in many different countries, like Uche Wan Augustine, that has taken care of over 3,000 kids for me. Yes. So we are doing the thing. We're out there helping people, and now we just added special honorary events to the nonprofit as well. Honorary events meaning we are honoring our lost souls, our lost legends, our past legends. We're honoring them, and we may be honoring Frank Schenkowitz next.
That's awesome. So, now what do we got? 9 minutes left. Let's talk about what about those people out here that may be listening who don't know where the legend piece is within their journey. They don't see it. They don't know, or they don't believe that they are legendary status. They think that's what happens to others, but not me. How do you feel a person can go about saying, "Oh, there's my piece. That's what I can build in order to leave something that is legendary." I believe a lot of people miss it because they think it is them, the person.
Yeah.
Elvis Presley, a legend. Or was it what Elvis Presley did while he was here for people and left behind for others to find? Talk
Exactly.
about how you see that.
How you find your legacy inside of you, as Lauren coached me and told me. And I don't know if Lauren noticed when he was coaching me, I had lost everything, but I had put away some things like my greatest memories away out of everything I had, including these kind of photos. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I remember those.
So this photo, I liked my highest best point in life. And what I did was I packed what, just picture you're going on a trip, but you can't take everything with you. You needed to pack what you can use to survive again. I packed all that I can use to survive again. I got rid of all my certificates. I remember all the knowledge for all of them, but I just packed what I could use to survive again. And this photo is one that remind me of who I am, Kessa Gooden. And on the time that I was down and out, broken, I didn't even look like this anymore. I'm starting to look back like this, Kessa Gooden. But I didn't even look like this. I didn't even have a way because of alcohol addiction to be Kessa anymore. But I remember that photo, and that photo, I rewatched my videos that I put on YouTube, and I inspired myself over and over again to take action to become Kessa Gooden. But also, what Lauren coaches me to say, he said to me, your greatest and your best work that will build you is the work and the experience you have recently lived that can make your story to take you for a lifetime. It may not be that exact words, but that's how he said it.
You're right.
The most recent experience is what you can use to build your life and your legacy all over
Correct.
again. I
Correct.
just did that. My most recent experience before our conversation was my Ryan Long experience. And look at that. I
Look,
used that to rebuild the broken Kessa.
she's absolutely right. That's and if you want to hear it verbatim, this is because I give things to everybody the way that the universe gives it to me. I try not to change any. I don't take from it, and I try not to add to it. But they tell because they tell me, and I use it, and it works. And you want it to work for others. But they always said to me, Lauren, at the beginning of this career, remember you never have to come up with anything. You just have to let us give us permission for it to come through you. And your greatest content, you can
Mm-hmm.
be the world's greatest change agent if you give the world what you're living currently
And what you
or what you have just
recently,
most recently lived.
yes.
Because a lot of people think they need to reach back in the past 30 years to when they were at the top of their game, when really the people that are hurting, that are healing, want that story about when you wore the same tattered clothes spiritually that they're wearing right now. When you were starving from not having that sustenance, that stuff that fed your spirit that they're missing right now. So, what's next for Global Awakening? I heard a rumor. I heard through the grapevine that you're already planning your next experience for people. Tell us what's going on.
Yes. So we may be putting on an event. We're thinking about September 22 or November 11th to the 13th. And I don't know if we're honoring Frank Shankowitz yet. I got to reach out to his estate planners to make sure they give us the permission to do it. Um, you
And for
know,
those who don't know, tell them what Frank did. That's such a legend. Talk about a legend.
so Frank started Make a Wish Foundation, and Make a Wish Foundation actually impacted my life because my child, when she was born, she had a heart murmur that she would be able to die in her sleep if she did not have a machine to keep her heart pumping and
Mm,
keep her breathing. So I didn't have the money at the time. I was in the shelter when I had my last child, so I couldn't afford it. But Make a Wish Foundation sponsored us and gave us the heart monitor for 6 months. I think it was like 1,000 or more per month to have that machine, or even way more than that. But for us, we didn't have the money to do it. So when we found out Frank Shankovich, and I have a picture of my daughter and him because I met him at Ryan Long City Gala City Summit event. And when I found out that he did Make a Wish Foundation, I let him took a picture with my daughter. So I have that picture to use to help build out the momentum for him. He also did his own movie and tell his journey and stuff like that as well. So we're going to cover that in more details. As I learn more about it, I'll filter it out and I'll send it to you guys. But it's a good thing that My daughter was part of his legacy for a reason, just like that one picture we had with Ryan Long,
Yes.
and it came together. That one picture of my daughter and Frank Chenkowitz will bring it all together.
That's awesome. Really quick, we got 3 minutes. Go down the list of the Kessa Gooden Empire and let people know the names of what your companies are and what each one does.
Okay, so we got Camp Financial Group. We are a nationwide financial firm that we help with financial planning and also tax preparation. And also we help with business incorporation and nonprofit incorporation to make your nonprofit tax exempt within less than 30 days. I know attorney says 6 months to a year, but we get it approved in less than 30 days. Other than that, we have Lexus Realty Group. It's a nationwide real estate firm that we specialize in automated real estate services that helps you to do real estate from your own home. And all my companies are online. We got Lux Global Enterprise, which take an offline business and make it online from brick and mortar to click and order. And that helps you to run your whole entire enterprise in one system. Phone call, text, SMS, QuickBooks, everything is in the same system. Then we have All in All Marketing. It's a nationwide marketing firm. We can get you on 1,000 media site within less than 24 hours. Once we get you on 1,000 media site, we could also help you publish you to over 90 Facebook groups at any given time. Each
Wow.
time we post for you, and we manage your social media posts for you as well. We also do automatic text blasts and automatic phone blasts for you in all in our marketing firm. Then we also have four e-commerce store. Two is a man and a woman store for men and women luxury items, and also we have a home goods store as well. And I think that's all of them.
I think
Oh,
that's all.
Global Awakening Initiative, Inc., my nonprofit organization that we're talking about this whole time.
And
We
you have
help.
the travel piece.
Oh, and the travel agency.
That's what Brian and I use. We use Kessa
Yes.
for everything. So
Yes. So we got Global Awaken, which we help people in 17 different countries. We feed them, we clothe them, we educate them, and we also give them education to become entrepreneur, and we build entrepreneur community around them. And then last but not least, our travel agency, where you could get nice, affordable travel hotel and flights for an affordable price. When I say affordable, the cheapest you can get them for on any website. So
agreed. And I can say that is true. Kessa, take 30 seconds to leave something on the table that can change their lives. And then we're going to get out of here.
okay, guys, I want to tell you this. It is important to be a giver, not just a taker. Because if you always take, you're taking from yourself. But if you be a giver, you can receive more than what you have already give. I've been a giver for many years now. Learn how to be a giver in a philanthropy. Reach out to my organization if you need to, and try to be a supporter, because when you give, you receive, and when you receive, you learn how to give. Become a philanthropy. Pour into others if you want your cup to be overflowing. Because if you don't give anything, you're not planting seeds, therefore, your tree will not grow. And if you don't
Mhm.
have a tree, you won't have fruits to be bared so you could share with others. Stop being a taker and be a giver.
There it is. Kessa, thank you so much. And I really appreciate you coming in because, we've been talking so much. But listen, we never are too busy, too tired to get up and stand up for purpose. Okay. We are the legs that chair is supported by, that the world is coming to sit on. So, what are you doing today? Ask yourself, what are you doing today to enhance someone's tomorrow? Listen, Kessa, thank you so much. You guys, hit me up if you want to know. Get over to Facebook, wherever you need to go, and check Kessa out if you want to continue the dialogue. I certainly hope you do. And we will let you know when this next event is. She'll be back. Kessa, thank you. Have a blessed day. And thank you so much for this past weekend and everything you do. I'm so proud of you. So very proud of you. Give you an A plus for your work here. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. And if you guys want to come to a mansion party in Utah, I'm going to be in Utah, June 19th to the 22nd, a partnership with Elevate Mastermind. If you guys want to come to that mansion party, make sure you reach out to me. I'll get you guys in at a very, very affordable price, because I'll make you guys get there with without have to paying $5 grand or $10 grand to get to that mansion party.
Exactly. All righty, there you have it. Listen, you guys, tomorrow, Lisa Reed is here. I will be here too, God willing, and I'll meet you as always, Monday through Friday, out on the front porch, where together we come in and fulfill that promise, where two or more of us comes together, something spectacular will happen, just like it did today. God bless you. Get out in the world. Be that change that you say has to be. Don't just talk it. Let's watch you walk it. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm Lauren. God bless you. Bye bye, y'all. See you, Kessa. Thank you so much.
See you. Bye. Bye.